the unopened email. Start making your email campaigns effective with our strategies in this week's blog post and podcast.
You know the feeling. You spend all this time crafting what you think is the perfect email. You hit send and nothing, just crickets. It's just sitting there, unopened, like a ghost in your subscriber's inbox. It's so frustrating, right? But what if I told you the problem isn't actually the email? What if it's your whole approach? Okay, let's get into it.
First things first, let's get one thing straight. Email marketing is absolutely not dead. Not even close. It's still one of the most profitable channels out there. But, and this is a big but, the rules of the game, they've completely changed. It's not enough to just show up in someone's inbox anymore. You have to earn your spot there.
And this is why. You have less than 3 seconds. That's it. In that endless, scrolling sea of messages, you've got maybe 3 seconds to convince somebody that your email is the one worth opening. The pressure is seriously on.
So let's really dig into this challenge. Why has the modern inbox become such a battlefield for our attention?
Well, because this is what you're up against. The average office worker gets over 120 emails a day. Think about that. Your message isn't just fighting other brands, it's fighting meeting invites, notes from the boss, and updates from family. It is an incredibly crowded space. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The problem isn't that the channel is broken, it's that so much of the content just isn't worth anyone's time. The responsibility is on us, the senders, to create something that's genuinely valuable, genuinely interesting, and relevant.
Okay, so let's play doctor for a minute. We're going to diagnose the 5 most common illnesses that cause your emails to get the cold shoulder.
First up, we've got to talk about this obsession with list size. A huge list of people who couldn't care less is actually worse than a small, super engaged one. You know why? Because sending to people who don't open your emails hurts your sender reputation. That's the score that providers like Google and Outlook use to decide if you're a trusted sender or a spammer. A bad score sends you straight to the junk folder. It's always quality over quantity.
Your subject line is basically your 6-second audition. And look at the difference here. Our November update is, well, it's digital wallpaper. It's totally forgettable. But the mistake that's killing your conversions, now that creates some serious curiosity. It teases a valuable lesson and makes you need to know more.
Here's a hard truth for you. People don't read online anymore. They skim, they scan. So if your email is just a giant wall of text, you've already lost. Readers are desperately looking for visual clues, things like short paragraphs, bold text, bullet points, anything that lets them get the main idea in just a few seconds.
This is such a critical mental shift. Let's be honest, nobody cares that we've won an award. They care about what's in it for them. Just by flipping the perspective from we to you, the message becomes instantly more powerful. We've added new features is a boring statement. You can now save 2 hours a week. That's a real benefit.
And the final problem? A total lack of strategy. Way too many newsletters are just a random collection of updates sent out just because, well, it's Tuesday. If you can't clearly answer the question on this slide, what is the one single purpose of this email, then you probably shouldn't hit send.
All right, that's enough of the problems. Let's talk about the cures. We're going to walk through a modern playbook designed to get your emails not just opened, but actually looked forward to, even loved.
We're going to break these fixes down into 3 core steps to make it all super clear. Rebuilding your list, crafting your content, and mastering your strategy. So let's start at the very foundation.
You know, the best email lists are built on a fair trade. You offer something valuable up front, like a helpful guide, a great article, a useful tool, and in return, someone gives you their attention. It's about earning your way into that inbox. And then, once they're on your list, you use segmentation to keep your messages super relevant to what they actually care about.
Now let's talk about crafting content, and this part is completely non-negotiable. Over 70% of emails are opened on a phone. That means you have to design for the thumb, not for the desktop mouse. If your email is a jumbled, ugly mess on a small screen, it's getting deleted. Simple as that. This is where email marketing starts to get really, really smart. Instead of just guessing what people want, you let their actions tell you. Did they click a link about SEO? Awesome. Send them more good stuff about SEO. This one practice alone can completely transform your engagement because you're literally delivering exactly what they've already raised their hand for. Sure, you've probably heard the so-called best practices for send times, like Tuesday or Thursday mornings. And yeah, they're a good starting point. But the most crucial thing to remember is that your audience is unique. The only way to truly know the best time to send is to test it, measure the results, and let your own data be your guide.
People are just so tired of corporate marketing speak. We can all spot it a mile away. So instead of using those old cliches like "don't miss out," try talking like a trusted advisor. Share a personal story. Offer a genuinely useful idea. It builds a real connection that corporate jargon never, ever will. And here's a beautifully simple trick to help with that. People connect with other people, not with faceless departments. Just like the quote says, a tiny change in your sender name can completely humanize your email before it's even opened.
And the impact? Oh, it can be huge. Just changing the sender name so it sounds like it's from a real person can boost your open rates by as much as 20%. It is one of the easiest and most effective tests you could possibly run.
So let's zoom out for a second. A great newsletter is so much more than just a marketing tactic. It can become a core, valuable asset for your entire business.
And technology is making it even more powerful. We're seeing AI that helps write amazing content and can even predict the perfect send time for every single person on your list. The trend is crystal clear. Email is moving away from a one-to-many broadcast and becoming a one-to-one dialogue. But always remember, all this fancy tech is totally useless without genuine human value at its core.
So here it is, the most important takeaway of all. A low open rate is not a reason to give up. It's data. It is your audience telling you, hey, this isn't connecting. It's a sign that you need to adjust your message, or your audience, or your value. It's a gift of feedback.
And that's the final thought I really want to leave you with. As you start planning your next campaign, just ask yourself this one simple question. Are you just broadcasting information out into the void? Or are you starting a valuable conversation that your audience actually wants to be a part of? I promise you, the answer will change everything.